everyone, welcome back to Chef and a Half. I'm here today with my mom, Tabby, and my aunt, Trisha.
That's me.
Today, we are making chocolate pie and apple cobbler in remembrance of my grandma Ridpath.
In the remembrance of my sister Tracy, who is the one who made the chocolate pies after Grandma had passed on all of our Christmases and stuff to that effect. She made those. But my sister Tracy passed away in 2010, and I kind of took it over there from there, but I also learned how to bake these chocolate pies through my granny as well, along with the apple cobbler. We just wanted to also add our other sister Tracy into this too, because she did do a lot of that stuff with Granny too as well.
So it looks like we got a lot of baking to do. So what are we gonna do?
Let the baking begin!
We are here to show how to make Grandma's apple cobbler.
Grandma Ridpath.
Grandma Ridpath's apple cobbler. Trisha here, my sister, she's going to show you guys how we make Grandma's apple cobbler. So Trisha, how do we do this?
Take it away. Well, as a young little child, she used to run off down to Grandma's house all the time, and one of the things she liked to make was apple pie and chocolate pies and stuff like that, all for Christmas time. And I says, Grandma, can you show me how to do that? She said, sure. So today, I'm going to show you a little bit of what my grandma taught me and pass it on to you. So first off, first you got to cut up the apples, put them into the thing.
What's the thing?
This little thing.
This crockery style pot?
This pot. We're going to tenderize the apples down.
Okay.
We're going to cut them into smaller pieces and
pull the seeds out of these apples.
Pull the seeds out of the apples. Eat the apple peelings, because that was the fun part, when you're growing up, while you're doing it, you stick a little apple thing in your mouth.
Like that?
Something like, I don't know. And Grandma didn't like she just kind of took it and just kind of did chunks like that, Didn't waste no time on using an apple peeler or anything like that, so that's how I do it too. Whoops, one got away. So, once you get the apples peeled, you need to put in some cinnamon, nutmeg, and a little bit of flour. The flour's to help thicken the sauce on the inside of it. And a cup of sugar for sweetness. And then you got to put your finger in there, the touch of love for extra sweetness. Anything else, Tab?
No, I think that'll do it. Let's put it on the stove and get those things tenderized.
Alrighty.
So what are we doing now, Trish?
Now, we're going to make the topping. While that's simmering, cooking a little bit, getting tender, we're going to put the topping kind of together. You start with some softened butter. 3/4 of one of those things. Kind of mix it up a little bit. And in this topping, we're going to add flour, white sugar, and brown sugar. And that is our topping that we add to this. We mix it together and makes it like a crumb. That's what we call a crumb topping. And you just kind of mix that together without getting it all over the place, of course, until it turns into a crumb. I think I'm going to let our chef take this part away. Other things, when we were cooking and stuff, we would always sit and reminisce about things. She liked to sing to us a lot of times too.
What would Grandma sing to us?
Remember some of the songs called How Much Is That Doggy in the Window?
Yeah. How does that go, Trisha? Sing it for me.
The only parts I can remember, because this is like one of my favorite ones besides Sneaky Snake, and I'll tell you about that one too, is How Much Is That Doggy in the Window? The one with the waggly tail.
How much is that dog in the window?
The one with the waggly tail. How much is that dog in windows? I sure hope that doggy's for sale. That's all I can remember of it. But as a girl, she used to sing to us all the time, put us up on her lap, and we would just sit there and just talk about things, whatever our day was about, how we snuck away from the house and got down there without Mama knowing, kind of stuff. And what she liked to sing to me on that one is because when I would sneak away down there at nighttime was the song called Sneaky Snake. I think Tom T. Hall used to sing it. Mm-hmm. She goes, when the sun goes down, the snakes will play, kind of thing. And she was trying to scare me as a little girl so I wouldn't run away down to Grandma's house, because Grandma literally just lived down the hill from us, like not even a block. So she would sing this song Oh, the snakes crawl at night. That's what they say. When the sun goes down, well, then the snakes will play. Trying to scare me so I wouldn't run away. I think what scared me the most is she goes over to the phone and picks it up and says, "I'm calling your mother."
We never like that.
Never like that. No, call mommy. I'll go right home.
I go now. Bye bye.
Don't call my mommy. This is all about her remembering our grandmother. We called her Granny.
Yep, Granny Rippath.
Granny Rippath was her name. That's so. Now that I'm a granny, catch that, I'm a granny. Believe it or not, that's what I have my grandbabies call me because I'm really proud of that name, and she wore that name proudly, and I'm going to wear it as well, very proudly.
Good. So we got our apple cobbler toppling done here, and now we're going to move on to the crust.
All right, we're getting ready to put our crust in now. To get it ready to add the pie, to add the apples to. Just want to make sure it reaches up all the way around to the edges here. Just like you would any other pie you'd be making, like so. And then when the apples are done, we pour the apples into it and we pour the crumbles on top of it and bake it. So we're going to roll on here without the chef. Pour this in. What I'm doing here is trying to flatten it down some so that it doesn't boil over so bad and makes the topping look more level on there. So now we take our crumbled pieces, what we crumbled up a while ago, and we crumble it over the top. Put all of it on there because it's got butter and all that good fun stuff, and it's going to melt down in there. So it may look really full, and get it all the way around the edges to seal it in so it helps keep it from the crumbles, the pie juice from coming out. Tabby, if you would. Into the oven at baking at 350 for 45 minutes. See you in 45. Yummy. That's all I can say is yummy. When you make your chocolate pie, we put the pie crust in, and because this one you'll bake the pie crust a little bit before you add your fillings and stuff to it. So we're going to get the pie crust in, press it down to fit to the thing. We're going to bake this until it's golden brown, pull it out, and then we'll show the rest of it.
What temperature are we going to bake this at?
350. So we're going to make the pie filling for our chocolate pie here. We're making like a chocolate pudding part of it is what it's called. And making the pudding part of it, we're going to mix it into our pans here, and then we're going to come over here to the stove here. I'm just going to kind of show you the dry ingredients right here really quick. We're going to use cocoa powder. We got sugar, salt, and cornstarch in here, okay? Vanilla, which will be added much later. We've already went ahead and separated our eggs. The top part we'll use for our topping, to make the fluffy part of that. And this right here we're going to add into our pudding part of it. Okay, so come on over to the stove. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put in our dry ingredients and the cocoa. Put it on about a medium high. That's high. It's too high. We're going to add our milk gradually to this to keep from lumping up. So you just kind of keep stirring it until it thickens. A couple of minutes. Sing a song if you need to. I don't have any songs off the top of my head, but I do play my 80s music when I'm doing my cooking. I mean, because I'm an 80s girl, but my music is jamming and I'm like, getting her done, See how it's starting to thicken up some. We don't want it to go too fast, or see how it's beginning to look a little more like a pudding. Add a little bit of this into the egg yolks. Mix that up. Reduce the heat to low Add in your egg white, your egg yolks with a little bit of chocolate. Stir it in. You're cooking the egg yolks pretty much now. Just a few minutes there to make it more custard looking, yeah. And then there's our pudding. The last thing we do is we add the vanilla to it. The very last thing. Mix that up and you pour it in. Now while that's cooling a little bit, we're going to be making the topping for it, the meringue part of it. You have to try your pudding. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So what we're doing now is she's going to whip up the egg whites to make them white and fluffy until they make sort of like peaks. As she's doing that, I'm going to gradually add cream of tartar and some sugar to it. A little, see how it did that? That's how you know it's done. Just get it all around the edges. So now we're going to put this in the oven. I'm going to put it on the bottom rack so that it doesn't burn the top being so close. About 12-15 minutes until it turns brown. Here we go. That's the top, so nice and golden brown. Yes. Now that, my friend, is chocolate pie.
So this is really fun, Trisha. I really had a great time making pies and cobbler with you.
I did too, Tabitha. It was well worth the trip from Missouri. And as our granny would maybe say, from her heart to your stomachs, enjoy. And I will. Oh, yes.
Yummy.
Oh, wow.
Wait.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yes. Right here. No.
So from Chef and a Half, I'd like to introduce our families all together. This is my daughter Amanda. This is my grandson Emmett. This is my son Jesse. And this is my sister Trisha. This is her son Trenton and his daughter Sophia and his daughter Ashley. And this is her son Tristan. This is my mother Sheila.
Mine too.
Our mother Sheila. And this is my sister's son, my sister Tracy's son, Keaton. My sister Tracy is no longer with us, and this is her son, Keaton. And we just wanted to come together as a family as we did this family cooking show together.
And as my granny would say, from our generation of cooks to yours. Have a blessed one.
Bye.
Bye.
Just want to give a shout out to my sister Tasha. She wasn't available to do this cooking show with us today. But I just want to say, Tasha, we were thinking about you and we love you very much.
And that's a wrap!